I'd say a general rule of thumb for pacing is you want to have variation and you want to make it feel fun to watch. You want to use timing that allows space where it's needed, but not any more. Pacing is kind of an up and a down. Pacing is kind of the energy and intensity of your content. It kind of ebbs and flows. It kind of goes up and goes down again. It's the rhythm. Editing to music is a really fun way to practice pacing because you can basically try to mimic the pacing that is already in the music. One thing that new editors find really quickly when they're editing to music is that it's not as simple as just cutting on the beat. You would think that if you cut regularly on the beat in order to match the song, that synchronization would feel good. But you'll find that in most cases, it gets pretty monotonous pretty quickly. What you want to do is have a bit more of a flow. Cut quickly on the half beats for a few times, and then let a shot linger for a while. Pacing is interesting too because there's so many things that affect it. A major thing that affects your pacing is the number of your own cuts. But another big thing that determines pacing is what's actually on screen. You could cut me talking to the camera in this editing course in a ton of ways and probably increase the energy levels quite a bit. But it would probably never match the intensity of an uncut long take of a sword fight sequence. So it's not about the number of cuts, but it is about the overall energy of the scene. Really good pacing also speeds up and slows down. This is true of storytelling in general, and this is reflected in a bunch of the story structures that we went over. Starts off slow, gets more and more intense, gets more and more high-paced, gets scary for a little bit. Then we can brush it off for a little bit. We're good for a few minutes. We can slow down and take our time deciding what we're going to do. And then something happens and it gets fast-paced and scary again. This ebb and flow, this raising and lowering of the intensity happens across whole TV shows, happens within each episode, and even happens within each scene. Changing the intensity in your pacing, changing the level of energy is huge in keeping your audience's attention and keeping them engaged.